fire gutted a piece of Greenville history overnight. Brittany McCatton and chief photographer Mark Redeker have more.
We prepare for it. We never want to do it.
Starting just after 1 Monday morning, fire ripped through the Masonic Lodge on Pritham Ave in Greenville. When the sun came up, the historic brick building was encased in ice, evidence of the effort crews put in overnight.
Very cold, snowing pretty hard at that point. We started an interior attack on the building. Unfortunately, it's a slate roof. Slate started coming off the building. Heavy fire conditions pushed our guys back out of the structure. It went the best it could for the possible circumstances, I guess. Snow, ice, very cold temperatures, trucks freezing up.
Fire crews from Greenville and surrounding towns were on scene here for about 10 hours fighting this fire. The investigation is now in the hands of the fire marshal's office to determine what exactly happened here.
It's huge for the community, especially the history of it. It's meaningful. I mean, there were Masons there crying this morning.
Town officials say the building dates back to the 1920s. Not only a piece of history, the temple housed it too. Witnesses say some documents were sucked out of the roof and landed in yards nearby.
Well, the account was $10.
They'll try to save what they can, from burnt papers to bricks.
If you look at the building now, the brick looks perfectly fine. It's not, we don't know for sure. That's hard telling. That'll come at a later date.
Murray says while the circumstances are unfortunate, the community is already coming together. He's a Mason himself and says lodges across the state are reaching out to offer support.
That's what Masons do, for sure. And I expect that to continue for the long run. I mean, until there's a new building built. I'm putting it out there right now, but I'd put $1,000 on the fact that they'll rebuild. I mean, don't know when, don't know how, but they will rebuild, no question.
Brittany McCatton, WABI News, Greenville.